I know a lot of people think the standards, it's just the criteria that you use to make sure everybody else is acting right. Or maybe it's your list or set of criteria that you want somebody to meet, even in order to date you. Like he must be this tall to ride this ride. And while all those things might be cute and even necessary, as your coach, I got to ask you, are you living up to your own standards? Because listen, if you have standards and you're expecting everybody else to meet them except you, that might be why you're struggling with the standards. Standards really do start with your own self love, and your relationships are constantly reflecting back to you your level of self love. If you are allowing people to just talk to you any old kind of way, they are rude, they're disrespectful, and you just sit there and take it, it tells me that there's a really good chance that you talk to yourself the very same way. So when someone else does it, it's just kind of the way that it is when it comes to communicating with you. But when your self love is intact, when your self talk is positive and supportive and caring and loving, and even still holding you accountable, then your conversation and communication with other people, it tends to be along that same vibe because when you don't talk to yourself crazy, you're not just going to sit there and let somebody else talk to you crazy. So check in with your self talk. Is there some dialogue that's going on that it's time to shift the way that you're talking to yourself? Do you need more grace when you speak to yourself? Do you need more love when you speak to yourself? Do you need more kindness? It is so important to just check in with yourself and see how you're talking to you. Because when you talk to yourself like someone you love, you have less tolerance of anything less from anybody else. And that goes along with honoring yourself and respecting yourself. When you love who you are, flaws and all, friend, when you have that level of unconditional love for yourself, you begin to see that mirroring in your relationships. And they start to reflect back to you that very same love that you show yourself all the time. And friend, you deserve that. So if you are starting to see where some of your relationships are sliding into the disrespectful zone, first check in with yourself and see where you have been allowing disrespect within your own relationship with yourself, or even just letting certain things slide that you know deep down that's really not even in alignment with what you deserve or should have. So, friend, your standards definitely start with you. And when you are in alignment with the best of who you are, you honor, respect, and talk to yourself that way. Self love is really a powerful ingredient to everything that you want in this life, friend. And that includes the love, intimacy, and connection that you crave so much in your relationships. And when you are loving yourself, when you have that strong foundation of self love, you start asking different questions. You start asking yourself questions like, does this align with me? Is this really honoring who I am? Is this a reflection of the respect I deserve? And friend, that is what I'm talking about self love, because that is how you get to that place where you don't play about you. You have been doing your work. And when you get to that place where you recognize just how amazing you really are, you stop letting people play in your face. That is exactly what happened to me when I really realized how much I really loved and valued myself. When I stopped dating, just looking for a boyfriend, and I declared and decided I am a wife. Therefore, God has my husband and he will connect us. When I made that declaration, I am a wife, it changed my whole dating game, okay? And it really was because I was then owning the identity that I was a wife. Therefore, God had no choice but to give me my husband, okay? Because he's seen, oh, she's ready. She's not playing. She's not settling for less anymore. She's not going to just hang out and see what happens, see if we're compatible. No, we're dating with intention to get married. Therefore, we are dating only those who want to be a husband, who have a desire to be a husband, someone who values marriage, not someone that you have to chase, not someone that you have to convince, not someone that you have to play all of these games or you have to pretend like you are a wife and show him how good life would be to have you in his life. Meanwhile, he's only giving you mixed signals and confusion. Friend, your standards set the tone, and it's not just about the code of conduct for the other people in your life. It is, are you in alignment with your own standards? Are you living up to the standards that you set? Because so many times, friend, that misalignment is happening within us. And until we can get that piece or pieces into alignment, that is when we start to see things shift. And friend, I dated that way for just way too long, okay? Just being honest. But it was when I declared that I knew who God made me to be. God made me to be somebody's rib, okay? And I was not going to accept anything less than that. I had to see myself for who I really am, for who I was really created to be. So I invite you to do the same, friend. You are not just out here dating just to be dating. You are dating with intention. You are dating as a wife, calling in your husband, someone who values marriage, not someone who wants to still be out in the streets playing games. So, friend, I invite you to take a look at your list, okay? And pay attention to what are just your preferences versus what are standards. Because so many times your preferences get you caught up in situationships because you are looking for an aesthetic instead of making sure that someone is aligned with you. And so it is amazing to have a list, to know exactly what you want. It's great to have a criteria. And also, let's make sure that you also meet the criteria. Because when you are a wife open to being connected to your husband, that means that there is a husband who is looking for his wife. And when the two of you connect, that is when it is aligned. It's because you are also what it is that he has been looking for. He's not looking for someone who's just dating to kick it and see what happens. He's dating with intention to find his wife. So I think that's just something that we have to really keep in the forefront of our mind when we're dating, not something that is just an afterthought after this long list of preferences. Preferences are great. If you can have your preferences met, that's awesome. But Let's be more focused in on the character of this man, the integrity of this man, the emotional intelligence of this man, how he handles conflict, how he handles challenges, how he handles you when you are in the midst of challenges, how he holds your dreams and values, how you can support and hold his dreams and values when his back is against the wall and you have to be the one to stand up in the front, and vice versa. So it really is about being your own set of standards, because just like you are dating with the intention now to find or connect with your husband is also dating with that same intention to connect with his wife. And just like he's not out here settling for less, you can't be out here settling for less, because the longer that you are out here entertaining, homie, don't you know me, the more that you are unavailable for your husband to connect with you. Okay? So, no more homie, don't you know me's. And listen, friend, I am speaking with so much passion and clarity because this is the energy that I had to have, even with myself, when I made that declaration, when it really occurred to me that no wonder I was struggling to find a man. I wasn't just looking for a man, I was looking to connect with my husband. That is a very different energy, a very different frequency. And I had to align with that and operate from that space. So I really invite you to do the same, friend. Make sure that the standards that you have are not just what you are holding everyone else to, but it is also the standard that you are holding yourself to. Okay? Okay. Ooh, wee! Fire on a Friday, okay? Let me go ahead and give you your journal prompt for tonight, okay? All right. How am I treating myself right now? And is that treatment setting the standard I actually want reflected back to me in my relationships? And again, friend, no shame, no shade, and no judgment. This is not the time to beat yourself up. This is the time to be honest with yourself and to support yourself as you make these alignments. This is the time that you need some love and kindness. You can still be firm, you can still be strong, and do it with love, kindness, and grace. Okay? So, no tough love, okay? We done enough of the tough love, and it really doesn't serve us that well, okay? Especially when we are trying to be in receiving mode, okay? So, friend, if you want even more journal prompts, I'll make sure to link a resource for you down in the description. And I want you to meet me in the comments. Let's continue this discussion in the comments. When you are there, tell me, what is one standard you are honoring today? Maybe it was one of the standards that I mentioned. Maybe it's honor, respect, and making sure that you have positive self talk. Or is there another standard that you've been letting slide and now you want to really make that your focus right now? So tell me in the comments, friend. I want to meet you there and support you. I can't wait to just continue the conversation there, friend. And if you love this video, as much as I love making it for you, make sure that you're subscribed. I'm here every day making videos just for you and me. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Okay, friend? And as always, friend, I love myself so much. I don't play about me. And if you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much. You won't play about you either. Okay, friend? That's a standard right there. You hear me? Okay, friend, I love you so much. And I'll meet you in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.